There's no point in spending money on a rebuild kit if the parts you're putting in it are not the same quality as OEM. It's no surprise that if you're working on cars or you're a mechanic, that replacement parts are just pure junk. They lack quality, and you have to go out of your way in order to make something fit right that should have fit right as a replacement part, like the factory OEM part. What I'm about to show you is something so small, but it's very critical, especially with transmissions that I do. And it's really amazing that this has gone this far and nothing has been done about this. So I decided to take this into my own hands and do something about it. I was finishing up this T56 rebuild and I just about had it. This thing is completely overstretched, so I'm gonna put a new one on for him. So there's the difference, big difference. This thing's not gonna hold nothing. I think it would have been a better design if they put a roll pin through here to hold this fork on instead of that snap ring. It's a tiny little snap ring. A roll pin would have been way more secure. If I had drill bits that would be able to drill through this, I would do that. Maybe I'll start doing that in the future if I get a drill press. Drilling through the fork would be no problem. It's just this hardened shift rail. All right, guys, I just took that snap ring off because it's the same every time with these T56 replacement snap rings for that reverse fork. They look nice, but when you put them in the groove, they just spin, 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 and they barely hold any tension at all. And I just don't feel comfortable putting this in. You know, this can easily come off, and then that's on me because I was the last guy to mess with this. But it's just really amazing that these snap ring kits are still being sold and the snap ring doesn't even fit right. I'm gonna show you guys the difference. I just spent some time taking that overstretched snap ring in the vise and just reforming it because I'm trying to get a measurement on this. I mean, I got it pretty good. It's a little crooked, but I just want to see what the difference is, because whether it's like 5, 10, 15 thousandths, it makes the biggest difference on that rail. And you can see the very bottom, you can see the snap ring, the original snap ring, it's just a tiny bit skinnier on the inner diameter. And that makes the biggest difference. I don't know how, man, that's probably 10 thousandths, 15 thousandths. Let me measure this, but it's probably not gonna be accurate because I had reformed this in my vise. But there you go. I think the meat that's on the outside of the replacement ring needs to be on the outer diameter, needs to be on the inner diameter of the snap ring. It's not really doing any good with the extra on the outside. I wonder if one of these is standard, one of them is metric, and they're just off a little bit, and they've been putting the wrong rings in the kits. You know, I've made this point before, guys. You gotta buy parts from somebody that actually rebuilds transmissions, like somebody that rebuilds engines. Like, they know what parts are working and what parts have issues. Today, everybody's just selling parts, and they don't actually use these parts or fit them up, and they're not checking this stuff. And then it falls back on the guy rebuilding it. Oh, well, you know, he didn't put it back right, or, you know, he didn't install it right. Well, matter of fact, in some cases, it's the parts. The parts just don't fit. And that little bit of a difference is causing this ring to have a snug fit versus all loosey-goosey in that pocket on that fork. About 570. There you go, my calipers don't even fit in there. I'm gonna call that 550. That's about as high as I can get it. And that's crazy, man. That's a whole 20 thousandths, wasn't it? That's crazy. That's all it takes, guys. I'm very careful when I install this. I don't overstretch it with any snap ring. I like to kind of slide it and grind it on the rail a little bit. It's not gonna hurt anything. But I mean, I don't even have to open my snap ring pliers to get this thing on. I mean, I can move that with my finger. Look at that. My finger now, look at that. I can just move this so easily. It's not holding anything in there. Now, if you guys look really close here, right in this pocket, you can see the edge of the snap ring, the inner edge of it, not even holding anything down. It's not even in the groove on the rail. If I push it that way, it will go, but then this end will be coming out as well. The only thing holding it right here is the sides of the snap ring. That's the only things holding this in here. It's just not cool. So let me put in the other snap ring and we'll see if that one fits any better. The overstretched, the one I refit in the vise. I mean, this takes no effort with my pliers. I mean, these pliers kind of suck, but it takes no effort to expand these to get this thing off. That 20 thousandths makes the biggest difference. Now, I don't know how this is going to go because it might not have that spring tension after being overstretched and reformed and all that. But I'm doing the same thing here, just trying to expand it as little as I can. All right, I can move it, but it's giving me resistance. And this snap ring is fitting way better than the replacement, and that's just amazing. It looks to me that the ID is still in the groove. I'm gonna expand it a little bit just so we can see. Look at that, it's got that meat. It's that 20 thousandths that we need on this snap ring. So even with this pushed all the way, it's about where the other one was in its resting place. This is my dilemma with these snap rings, and I'm going to do something about this because I cannot keep doing transmissions with this replacement ring, and I'm not about to be squeezing these in the vise every time and taking a chance of this thing breaking just from, you know, weakening the metal from expanding and contracting it all the time. But all I can tell you is these are junk. They don't fit right. They're 20 thousandths too big. I mean, honestly, guys, what's the point in buying a rebuild kit, spending your money on replacement parts that don't fit? It's pretty stupid. All right, I got a 5/6 reverse lever in a vise right now, and I'm gonna show you guys the solution I found for these incorrect snap rings. And this is the difference. If you guys order this snap ring from me, you're gonna look for that tapered middle on the ring. That is the difference. And guys, it's just so slight. It's 20 thousandths. I am so excited that I found a solution to this. You can just see it, the ID on my snap ring on the other side. And you can't even see it on this side, obviously, because it's too big. But there you go. That's all it takes. Again, I'm gonna put on the incorrect snap ring that comes in the kits. Look at that. This one's brand new. I haven't even used it yet, and look how loose that is. Well, here goes my new snap ring. Actually have to expand it to get it on. Who would have thought? Would you look at that? It's not moving. Just overall, it's tight in that groove. There's no space. This thing, I probably move it with my fingers, like I'm putting a lot of force on this thing. but this thing is tight in there. It's nice and snug. It's actually in the groove the way it should be. And guys, this is such a relief because this is just the beginning. Hopefully, as time goes by, I can start getting better small parts in these kits and just making our rebuild kits better, making them worth every dollar and making them worthwhile. There's no point in spending money on a rebuild kit if the parts you're putting in it are not the same quality as OEM. If you guys need this snap ring, I'll put it in the links below. And it should be hard to get off. If it's hard to get off, that's a good thing. If it's easy to get off, then that means it's not in the groove. Or you have a lot of experience and you know how to get these snap rings on and off, no problem. Look at that. And it still holds its tension, its spring tension there. It's not completely overstretched. What a great snap ring. Well, now I get to go through all my spare snap rings and just throw them in the trash because that's the only thing you should be doing with those snap rings.
So there is two separate issues with this snap ring. One being when people take it off, they overstretch it and they try to reuse it, ends up coming out the groove, which is what you see here. This T56 was stuck in reverse, and you're about to see that snap ring is way overstretched. They tried to put it back in, not gonna happen. And the other problem, which you all know by now, is when you order a replacement snap ring kit, snap ring does not fit. So you're kind of left with a very hard decision to make. Do you reform that snap ring in the vise and hope that you didn't weaken it? Or do you take the chance in putting a brand new snap ring in that doesn't even fit, that's not the right size?
So basically, it is stuck in reverse because when you move the shifter out of reverse, this should slide with the rail. But what's really happening is the rail is just going in and out and the fork is not disengaging reverse. There you go. Now it's in neutral.
And here's one more example of a TR6060 with the same issue.
All right, now that's out of the way, we can get this off. And I was just about to get at this snap ring and this thing is just, I'm surprised that this rail's still holding on because I actually did a quick little 2-minute video. Somebody had their T56 stuck in reverse and they had used an overstretched snap ring. They put it in reverse, snap ring fell off. They couldn't get it out of reverse because this fork was engaged, snap ring fell off, and this rail's just going in and out with nothing to secure it to the fork, and they couldn't get it out of reverse. This should be tight on this rail. There should not be this gap between the snap ring and the rail right there. This is no good. I mean, there's no point, it makes no sense to go rip apart this whole transmission and try to save $1 because you don't want to replace the snap ring, and you try to cut corners, but it really makes no sense, like I was saying, to go through all this and to leave this loose snap ring on your shift rail.
I think he got really lucky here that snap ring did not come out, but you guys need to ask yourself the question, how many times do you want to rebuild your transmission? Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.